Hello, welcome to MMA Freak, and today I have with me in an interview Mr. Laz Maldonado, who is the current 559 Fights Flyweight Champion. Laz, thank you for doing this, and welcome to MMA Freak.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so this was honestly the first 559 fights that MMA Freak attended, and you made quite an impression. You went out there and you earned the flyweight championship.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why don't you tell the members of the audience what just your background, like how you got, like, just some general life background, how you got involved in MMA, and just how you uh, came to
Yeah.
where you are right now.
Okay. Honestly, I grew up just wrestling. I think I started probably like around first grade or something like that. So I just wrestled all the way till high school, and then like I think like anyone else, they I always watch like UFC like whenever like they had like events on TV or whatever, and I was like super into that. And then like I would always like tell my family and stuff like, oh, when I turn 18, like I'm gonna start fighting. Like I like it. That's what I want to do type thing. And uh, I think my senior year in high school, one of my coaches did it for 509 fights, but he lost. But which my we went, and it was just super like fun, like just the atmosphere and everything. Like I was like, oh yeah, this is what I want to do. And then like the day I turned 18, I like completely forgot about it. I was literally at school, and one of my like closest friends I tell like everything to, he was like, hey, like didn't you always talk about like you want to kind of start fighting type thing? And he's like, you're 18 now, like why don't you hit up Jeremy? And then I was like, oh yeah, I didn't even think about it. So ever since that day, that's what kind of got me into it.
Okay, so let's see. You're 21. How? I'm sorry, I haven't looked at the statistics. How old are you right now?
I'm 20.
Okay, so this was a few years ago. I'm guessing this you were able to get in, maybe get something in like right before current events hit, or YouTube is kind of sensitive with things, but
Yeah, yeah.
okay. So where'd you go to high school?
I went to Clovis West High School.
Oh, so you're in the snake pit area.
Yeah,
The the
yeah,
the district of state champions.
yeah,
I I think the Clovis area schools have more state championships than the rest of the rest of the state combined, probably.
Oh damn, with that, yeah, it's a pretty tough league.
Yeah, yeah. That's the killers, bro. You got, yeah, Buchanan, Clovis West, Clovis. Yeah, that's so. Yeah, I would imagine that bred some definitely some competitiveness in there.
Yeah.
How'd you do at state?
So my freshman year, I think I didn't even go to state. Sophomore year, I was like a match away from going to state. I think I made some masters, and then junior year, I didn't wrestle, and then senior year, I took second at state.
That did any college try to recruit you?
There was like a couple, but I wasn't really like. I kind of just wanted to start working right after high school. I wasn't. I was kind of just done with wrestling, I guess.
Okay, well, what's your your day job?
My parents, they own a construction business. Like they do like a little bit of everything, but my like what I do is like drywall, painting, texturing, stuff like that. So
Oh, so basically it's something that you could get your work in and then be able. Well, at least you got something to fall back on in case this doesn't work out.
yeah, Yeah.
I hope you at least get a shot in bigger leagues. That's
Yeah.
yeah. So so why don't you talk about what your eventual goals are? Because obviously, 559 Fights is amateur. So, like, when ideally would you like to go pro? Say, like, are promoters looking for something like the entry level promotions, like the minor leagues for some people? Like, what kind of record would they be looking at before you would say nowadays, before you say would be going pro?
Honestly, right now I'm kind of just going like with the flow. Like I still like honestly like I haven't really like fully committed myself to like fighting. Like I still like if anything I'll probably say I do like 50% fighting, but like most of the time I still work and stuff like that. So I really haven't like fully committed myself to it, uh but honestly I wouldn't even know what they would want to like look for in me, like if they wanted me to go pro or something. I don't really know if I would have to have like a certain record or anything like that, or if I could just go pro already type thing.
So let me get this straight. You're 4-1. You're a champion of an amateur fight, and you're only doing this going 50%.
Probably, yeah.
I
Well, like
I
I
would say
do
that you're pretty
50%
talented.
fighting and
I would say that you're pretty talented in that regard. If you're only going 50% and you're already an amateur champion, I mean that being a champion of anything takes a lot. And if it's not hard work, then it's definitely talent. So obviously you got something going.
yeah. Thank
Okay, so as I was just saying, you're 4-1, and the your first title defense is actually going to be your one in your 4-1, Javier Torres, I think that's.
you. Yeah.
And you guys got a history.
Yeah.
I just said that. That's kind of redundant to me, but so what are you? Obviously, since you faced him before, like what you obviously know what to prepare for. So, long story short, how do you? Obviously, I'm not gonna say anything that's gonna give anything away. So, like, how do you think the fight's going to go this time around?
Um. Honestly, I think.
Like, let's just say how do you obviously you think you're gonna win. How do you think you're gonna win it?
mm, I think I'll probably say we were kind of both going for the kill. I feel like we don't like each other, so one of us is gonna get knocked out. Someone's gonna get knocked out, I think.
Yeah, I could see that. It's funny because like I said, this is the first time I've been to a 559 fight, but I could tell there's obviously something going there.
Yeah.
So I guess hypothetically speaking, let's just say, you being a flyweight, you think how would you think eventually you would be able to go in terms of like measuring up with, say, Brandon Moreno or Davidson Figueiredo, or any of the top guys currently in the the sport right now?
Um, that's tough. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. Um, um, I'll probably just try to out wrestle them or something like that. I mean, that's probably what I'm best at. So, but yeah,
Well, let's see. They're more well-rounded fighters, so
yeah,
I would imagine that, yeah, if you went with the wrestling game, it's and look for the opportunity, then you could probably find it.
yeah.
Okay. So you wrestled your way through high school. You got into you got into 559 fights. You're the flyweight champion. You're defending it next month. You think you kind of got a game plan if you were ever to face any of the bigger name guys. So I guess since we're both wrestlers, because I'm gonna be honest, I never made it to state, and I was still able to get a scholarship. I had to go out of state at the time, but like for example, Vanguard and Life University and like Simpson, it's like those programs didn't exist at the time. But I guess the what I'm building to, who do you think is gonna take it this year at the NCAA championships and for wrestling?
Dang. I kind of don't even really watch wrestling like that anymore, but I'll probably say one of my closest friends that like I train with, like just growing up my whole entire life, he goes to Arizona State. His name's Richard Figueroa. So I'll probably just have to go with him, Arizona State. I think I like him. He's
Oh,
like
that name. Oh, wow, that name definitely sounds familiar.
yeah.
Well, I'm predicting that Penn State takes it again because I think Tom Brands has a tendency as the Iowa coach to be able to like win 1 or 2 championships in a row, but it's one of those things where maintaining it's kind of difficult because he's got other dynasties to compete with. So I think Cale's going to return to his winning ways in terms of coaching.
Yeah.
So something I probably should have asked is, what gym do you train out of right now?
Right now I train from it's called Red Wave MMA, or like Red Wave Wrestling.
Okay, they have any notable fighters that are saying like the regional circuit, maybe Legacy, something along those lines?
They just have like more wrestlers. Like literally, I'm kind of like the one that started like the whole MMA thing for them. So really, it's just me right now.
So it's more like a wrestling club.
Yeah.
It's
just like like all my coaches. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna keep you very much. Yeah, I'm not gonna keep you any much more. So, thank you for your time, and I will be there, and I hope you do well on. Actually, I'll wait a minute. I'll edit this out. So what do you think of the possibility of Tachi Palace restarting Tachi Palace fights and getting some program going? If the opportunity popped up, would you consider maybe trying your hand at that like lower level?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that would be pretty dope. Tachi Palace, that's like a casino, huh?
Yeah, Tachi Palace is a casino. It's literally 15 minutes away from me in Lemoore. So
yeah, that'd be tight. I mean, that would probably be something like I would be into looking to do. So yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time, and I hope you do well next month, and I'll definitely most likely be there to cheer you on. And whatever ambitions you go with, hope you do well. And yeah, thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.